days remain until Bama battles it out on the gridiron against LSU. And there's another battle going on in Tuscaloosa, that one for hotel rooms and tickets. Yeah, everything with the Bama-LSU rivalry is covered in our top story at 5. If you haven't booked your hotel room for this weekend's game, your choices are running out. More than 100,000 fans will pour into Tuscaloosa, and that has hotels packed. According to the Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports Commission, there are just 10 rooms left in Tuscaloosa. According to Toby Wilson, general manager at Hampton Inn, some fans are staying as far away as Meridian, Mississippi. Now, you can contact Tuscaloosa's Tourism and Sports Commission to get the latest information about game day hotel availability. You can call the number on your screen, 205-391-9200. Saturday's game is a hot commodity, and if you haven't yet purchased your tickets, you may be in for some ticket shock. Some online ticket sellers' prices are skyrocketing. WVUA checked 2 internet ticket websites, StubHub.com and GoTickets.com. Their prices start about $300. They go up to more than $9,000. $9 grand. Wow. Also, UA officials reminding you to be extra cautious when you buy tickets because some of them may be counterfeit. Counterfeit tickets can be sold on the internet or by people around the stadium on game day. If you have any doubts about the validity of your tickets, you can visit the UA Athletics ticket office at Coleman Coliseum to verify those tickets between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. through Friday. Also, game day, you can stop by Gate 3 or Gate 32 at the stadium. Officials will be there at those gates to examine any tickets. Retailers in Tuscaloosa are busy getting ready for all the fans this weekend. The owner of the Alabama bookstore, David Jones, says he's been preparing for this big sales weekend since before the Tennessee game. Jones says he ordered about 1,000 game day shirts for the Alabama-LSU game and has brought in extra help to handle the amount of fans that will be buying the merchandise. Jones says he expects so many people because a lot of people want to come and be a part of this historic matchup.
I mean, people just want to say I was in town for that weekend or I was there at the game. There'll be so many people in town on the quad and on the strip watching that couldn't get a ticket. There'll be 30,000 people around that within a half mile of this area that couldn't get a ticket.
Jones says they have a final score shirt design made if Alabama wins, but will not see the design until the game is over because of superstitions. The magnitude of the game also bringing a lot of national attention to the University of Alabama and the city of Tuscaloosa. City officials tell us they're expecting many more fans from both sides of the ball to flood Tuscaloosa for the entire weekend. They say even fans without tickets are likely to come to town just to celebrate and experience the game day. Mayor Walt Maddox says this will be the biggest game the city has ever seen.
A normal game day, we generate about $17 million, new dollars in the economy for games coming into Tuscaloosa. I imagine this one's going to be a little bit greater. We anticipate a larger presence of visiting fans into our city. And I think you're going to have a large number of Alabama fans who are going to want to become part of the experience. I mean, clearly, in the last several years, there's not been a bigger game in college football.
And get this, Mayor Maddox says he is even increasing the city's normal game day staff by about 10 to 15%. While there's a strong rivalry between Alabama and LSU, some LSU students are putting those differences aside to help out with tornado relief in Tuscaloosa. They're calling the project Tigers with the Tide. The group partnered with Habitat Tuscaloosa to help rebuild 2 homes in the Holt area. The students helped with construction and landscaping. Communications director for Volunteer LSU told WVUA this was a great way to educate their students.
Basically to reach out to other southeastern universities and the community itself to network with other college students and, build relationships outside the football and the SEC. And aside from that, we wanted to educate our students, volunteers that would be going about natural disaster and disaster relief.
The LSU students were in the Tuscaloosa area for 3 days during their fall break. Bama fans, get ready. It is time to get pumped up and show off your Crimson Pride. Alabama Student Government Association is launching the Turn It Up Tide campaign. They are kicking off the event Friday night with a pep rally on the Walk of Champions. A live look over the city of Tuscaloosa near where that's going to happen. The goal of the campaign is to get students to show up and get loud during Bama's game. The pep rally will include former Tide players, the $1 Million Band, and the cheerleaders. It all kicks off at 8 p.m.